So congratulations to Coach Diaz and Miami on a hard-fought game. Ultimately, the difference in most ACC games, the difference comes down to one or two plays. I know traditionally 3 to 5 is where it fits in throughout my career. Turning the ball over and missing a field goal ended up being the basic difference in this game. So either red zone scoring or just outside of that, those two opportunities that we didn't capitalize on hurt our team. And then I would say adjusting. Our defense played really, really well. Once Bryce Hall went down, adjusting to what it's like to play defense without him and what that identity looks like. That was a moving target right at the end of the game that we were working to address. So the competition and the effort was strong by our team. The execution in a few critical moments was not as strong as needed. And I think the statistics bear that out.
Did you think coming out of the bye week that you had kind of addressed some of the offensive issues from the second half?
We thought so, and we hoped so. And we also knew Miami was strong on defense. And so we knew it would be a test and a challenge. But we certainly thought that we would be able to score more than we did tonight.
What were your emotions when you saw Bryce do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure I can describe what the emotions were. Gratitude and loss at the same time, appreciation and sorrow. Yeah, conflicting emotions, and then in a real-time application, how will that now affect how we play, not only in the future but the rest of this game, and so that played out as you could see with the defensive staff working to try to address that.
Do you have any rapport on that?
Not yet.
And what about DeBron? Was he injured on the targeting play, or what is he?
Yeah, he is injured. It became progressively worse after that play, and I don't know what the injury is.
Bronco, what was the thinking on the third and goal play from the line where you rolled Bryce? And what was the design there? And what were the coverage?
We had a pick play set, rub or a leverage play to get a running back into the flat with Bryce having the chance to use his legs. And so, yeah, we thought we'd be able to run around him. And ultimately it backfired and we lost yardage, which, yeah, that hurt us from the one.
Coach, you moved the ball well outside of the red zone. Is there anything that was different in the red zone that made it too hard to those chances?
It's too early to say. After I look at the film and the execution, I'll have to address that. But, yeah, moving the ball to that point seemed to be in our favor throughout the course of the game. Once it got into that, again, there were two opportunities that we didn't capitalize on, and that ended up being the difference.
Bronco, during training camp, I think when you were asked about Hollins, you said your main concern at that point was his ball security. Did you feel better about that through the practices this season?
We did, and through what it's looked like in practice, that gave him an opportunity. So that's he's been working hard to earn that chance.
Bronco, you mentioned the importance of the blocked field goal. Did Bryant just kick it low? Or?
Yeah, it was a poor kick. It didn't have a chance to clear the line of scrimmage, so it wasn't necessarily. You have to call it a blocked field goal, but the kick was low.
To go back to Bryce for a second, was that his ankle that was injured?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did the early failure on 4th and 1 where Wayne got stuck, did that affect the play call later in the game on 3rd and goal?
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I visit with Robert, I think that'll be the case, but I'm sure it had some influence, but I don't know yet.